Good evening. We'll call to order the meeting of the Planning Commission. Um, Wanted to add a brief statement here. Thank you all for attending tonight's meeting. Before we begin, I'd like to state that the Planning Commission meetings are open to the public in person and via a Microsoft Teams streaming application. All Planning Commission meeting information can be found on the Town of Monument website. The Planning Commission's role is to conduct public hearings and to make recommendations for the Town Council regarding land use matters in the Town of Monument. Each commissioner agrees to a non-partial, objective, and fair review, which includes no prejudgment of the projects. Should a commissioner wish to disqualify him or herself from any conflicts of personal or financial interest in this matter before us tonight, please say so now. For those attending tonight who wish to provide comment on agenda items, you may speak to the commission during the public comment section of the agenda. Those who attend in person will be called upon first and are asked to come to the podium and sign in with your name and address. Those attending via Microsoft Teams will be called upon next and are asked to utilize the raise your hand option and unmute your microphone when called upon. We ask that if multiple people have the same comment, only one person speak on that same subject. Again, thanks for attending. We'll now begin the meeting with roll call.
Thank you very much. Acting Chair Egley,
Here.
Commissioner Green,
Here.
Commissioner Hatch,
Here.
Commissioner Hours,
Here.
Commissioner Parr,
Here.
Commissioner Peterson.
Here.
That concludes roll call. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. And I believe, Dan, that we need to move to appoint the new member of the Planning Commission at this point before the Pledge of Allegiance.
No, we can go ahead and do the pledge and then I'll
All right, if
introduce.
everybody please stand, Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States.
Thank you, and we'll turn it over to the Planning Director for the next item here, which is appointment of a new member of the Planning Commission.
Sure, to be approve the minutes.
Oh, we want to do that first? Okay, all right. Does anybody have any comments or corrections, additions to the minutes from the last Planning Commission meeting?
I do.
Commissioner Green?
I have to find it first. Oh, here we go. Number 6, other topics. Chair Trujillo announced his resignation. I think you probably should have added as chair. That's all I have.
Thank you. Moment. Guess so we're looking for a motion then to approve as
Yeah,
amended.
I had one quick question before
sure.
we approve that. Let's see, I guess it's the 3B public hearing case on the sketch plan for Legacy. The item number 6A, I guess, is before the motion to approve. We talked about the conditions that would be listed by the planning director, and I just didn't know if we needed to be specific of what those conditions were for the approval of that.
Those conditions were added to your resolution approving the sketch plan. So those
Okay.
are all documented and codified.
Okay, great. All right. Well, we'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Commissioner Hours. I move to approve the minutes for the May 14th Planning Commission meeting as amended.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it. Green.
Ray, would you mind taking?
Thank you. Acting Chair Egley,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Hatch,
Yes.
Commissioner Hours,
Yes.
Commissioner Parr,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes.
That concludes. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, now we'll turn it over to Planning Director for the introduction of the new member of the Planning Commission.
But he's voted already. So, Commission Member John Parr, I welcome you here to the group. He was appointed actually just went last Monday night officially as a Plan Commission member. He had originally applied as an alternate and got thrown into the show a little faster than he anticipated because our chair, which we'll be talking about next, is been moved up and appointed as a council member to fill the vacant seat. So, John, if you want to introduce yourself and tell them a little about where you come from and why you're here.
Well, I graduated from Georgia Tech with a degree in construction and worked for 40 years. Built about half my projects have been hospital projects. I built data centers and high rises, and I have since retired, and I've always been involved in the construction after the permitting process, not the before. So this is going to be kind of a learning experience, but I wanted to be part of the town of Monument and watching how it grows and help it grow in the right way. And when I saw that this was a position was open, I applied for it, and I'm happy to be here.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right, the next item on the agenda is election of a new chair and vice chair for the Planning Commission. We'll take nominations for chairman.
I would like to nominate Ray Egley as chair. He's currently vice chair. Can I do a double nomination? And then in addition, I'd like to nominate Corey Peterson as vice chair.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Ray, would you please take the vote?
Absolutely. Thank you. Acting Chair Egley,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Hatch,
Yes.
Commissioner Hours,
Yes.
Commissioner Parr,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes.
All right, that concludes. Motion passes or vote passes. All in favor, none opposed.
All right, thank you. Congratulations, Commissioner Peterson. All right. Let's see, I guess the first item on the agenda is a public hearing, case number 2025-006, a request for approval of a major amendment to the plan unit development of Native Sun construction at 15010 Wood Carver Road. Ray?
Thank you. One moment, please, while I get everything set up. All right, it should be on your screens. Please let me know if they are not. All right. So we're here today for the Native Sun Major PUD amendment occurring at 15010 Wood Carver Road. Here we are just showing that public hearing was noticed on time and the applicant succeeded or successfully posted for notice within the allotted time. The applicant, Mr. Roz Heck, representing Winston Jessup and Native Sun Construction, is requesting approval of a major amendment to the previously approved Native Sun final planned unit development. The proposed amendment includes the following changes: relocation of the office building to the southeast corner of the property on Lot 2, relocation of the shop to a more northwesterly position, regrading of Lot 1 to accommodate revised site layout, installation of a deceleration lane along Wood Carver Road to improve site access and traffic flow, and lastly, reconfiguration of the construction yards to utilize open circulation in place of the originally approved internal street network. I'd also like to add that this subject property is zoned PUD Plan Unit Development as established by Resolution 31/2022, approved on May 2nd, 2022, for the Native Sun Planned Unit Development. Included attachments with your staff report included an aerial location map and future land use map of the property, the public hearing notices that you saw earlier, the site plan for Native Sun Construction's PUD major amendment, the PUD final drainage report, as well as a completed final traffic generation analysis, as well as your draft finding of fact. Application and request. Again, the applicant is Roz Heck of F9 Productions, property owner Winston Jessup of Native Sun Construction, location 15010 Woodcarver Road, and requesting an approval for a major PUD amendment to the Native Sun Construction. The surrounding zoning and land use. To the north, we have the UPS Center PUD. To the south is Navy's Corporation. It's a light industrial property. To the east, we have Eagle Rock Distribution, another PUD. And to the west is vacant El Paso County agricultural land. Here we have the site plan for the project. So in the details submitted of their final plan unit development amendment, the applicant proposes the development of a 6,123 square foot shop building located on Lot 1 and a 17,386 square foot office building located on Lot 2. Access to the site will be provided via Woodcarver Road, a public roadway. The proposed site design, parking, and on-site circulation complies with standards set forth in Chapter 1805 of the Monument Municipal Code. Here we have the landscape plan. Landscaping is provided throughout the site, including a combination of deciduous, ornamental, and evergreen trees and bushes, meeting the town's minimum landscaping requirements as provided for in Chapter 18 of our Land Development Code. I'll now be going through some elevations of the project. The proposed building materials and colors are detailed in the elevation drawings provided in front of you. The primary office structure will feature unpainted galvanized metal roofing, charcoal black painted corrugated metal siding, and a thick cast-in-place board-formed concrete walls. Moving forward, you will see the proposed shop building will utilize the same material palette to maintain consistency across the site. Here, I'll just be going through some of the elevations. Before you are the proposed finding of fact. Number 1, the proposed use meets the intent of our comprehensive plan designation for the property. Number 2, the plan unit development amendment is consistent with the intent of the originally approved plan unit development. Number 3, on-site circulation and access are designed for the anticipated type of pedestrian and vehicular traffic generated by the office and shop buildings. Number 4, building design in terms of orientation, spacing, materials, exterior color and texture, storage, and lighting result in a quality architectural design and is compatible with the existing and anticipated development. Number 5, the landscaping is a quality design that enhances the site and is compatible with the surrounding neighborhood, as shown by amount, types, and materials used. Number 6, adequate off-street parking, both standard and ADA accessible, is provided. And lastly, the final planned unit development fits within the context of the planned land use pattern and roadway and utility systems of the larger surrounding area. Tonight's recommended action is a motion to make a recommendation to approve a major amendment to the planned unit development for Native Sun Construction at 15010 Woodcarver Road, as supported by the attached finding of fact and described by the following documents. Attachment 3, Native Sun Construction's PUD major amendment by F9 Productions, Inc. and Raptor Civil Engineering dated April 30th, 2025. Attachment 4, the PUD major amendment final drainage report for Native Sun Construction by Raptor Civil Engineering dated April 29th, 2025. Attachment 5, the 15020 Woodcarver Commercial Traffic Generation Analysis by SM Roca LLC dated March 28th, 2025. We'd also like to include that the applicant provided the planning department with the updated final drainage report and traffic generation analysis. The report concluded that stormwater drainage improvements and traffic improvements will provide adequate protection to the site and prevent any adverse impacts on the adjoining upstream and downstream properties. All of this information was reviewed and supported by Jacobs Engineering, the town's contracted engineer. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Is the applicant here? Does the applicant have anything they want to add?
Before we continue, I do see that there is also our applicant Roz Heck is available online who is raising his hand, so he might want to introduce himself via Teams.
Great, thank you.
Yep, give me one moment. Thank you, Mr. Heck. You should have access to your camera and microphone now if you'd like to introduce yourself. Okay, his hand is raised, but he is not responding. So if our other representative would like to come up and introduce himself, that works too.
I've overseen this project from the start, working with the architect Ross Heck and also your fine planner Ray Medina. He has done an excellent job. With very refreshing to work with the town as usual. So,
Thank you, Fred. Since this is a public hearing, if there's anyone else in the room that would like to speak to this this item, please step up to the podium. No one in the room. Ray, is there anyone online? I don't see anyone online.
At this time, we don't have anyone online.
Then we'll go ahead and close the portion of this public hearing, and we'll go to commissioner questions and comments. Commissioner Green.
I have a couple of questions. Would you go back to the pictures of the office building, please?
Of course, one moment, please.
Okay. Go forward one. Back one. Right there, right there. Okay, on the top one, is this what you see from wood carver? Or maybe I should turn the question around. Which elevation do you see from wood carver?
So you'd be from Woodcarver Road entering the site, you would see the north elevation at the top of this screen right now.
Okay, and so the bottom one is the south elevation?
That's correct.
Wood carver goes north-south. So what elevation do you see if you're looking west? Which I would think would be the one that fronts wood carver.
so one thing to keep in mind is wood carver is north and south until the very end, then it turns east and west. So
Okay.
the elevations that you're seeing right here is right along Wood Carver Road, and it is on the east-west portion. So that top elevation that was there before, you're going to see it on the north side, and there's just a short section that's east and west, and then Wood Carver ties into Old Denver Road at the roundabout.
So the elevation with the long pillars, kind of modern pillars. What is that facing?
That's the
That would be
second-
the next one.
Yeah, the next slide. So the top one,
Yeah.
should I just tell him or do you want to? Okay, the top elevation is facing east. So the new Budweiser building that's down there, that is facing that building. Also, it's facing the end of Wood Carver Road where the entrance to the NAVSIS building.
So
And-
it would be looking at NAVSIS.
It would, go to the next slide or the previous slide. Nope. That one. The elevation shown on the lower part of the slide, that is facing NAVSIS directly. As far as that's what they're going to look out their windows and see. And
So the one with the long pillars actually is more on the
east.
east side.
Yep, it's if you can envision it, it's looking this direction. There you go. So
Why didn't you put that facing more like wood carvers so the prettiest side of the building had the public face?
we were hoping to, but because of the size of the building and the pie shape of the property, we couldn't get the parking, the amount of parking that would be required under the town required. So we ended up having to put it on that. So if you look on the right-hand side of what's being displayed there, if you turn that building so that it's depicting how you were just barely describing, it would be encroaching on the Wood Carver Road space. So and also the back of the property. And it was a real juggle trying to get that much square footage on that pie shape space.
So it's a rectangle
The building is a rectangle on a pie shape.
and the pillars are at one end.
They should be on both ends. So
Okay.
as you're driving toward NAVSIS, you are going to see where the balcony is. You'll see this balcony with some big pillars on that side. And then as you turn into the Native Sun Construction parking lot, you will see what is showing on the top.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have one other question for staff. And I went back and looked at the packet from when the original PUD was approved. And I saw something on there that I hope we discussed because I was on the commission then, but I just didn't remember it. We're not providing water for them. They're drilling a well. Correct?
That is correct. We actually applied to Forest Lakes Water District asking for water, and they flat told us no. It would be very nice to have water there because in order to meet this size of a building, we've had to build a cistern for fire protection.
I understand NAFSA's had to do the same thing.
So,
Okay,
and so that's why we have already drilled the well. The well is already there.
okay. Well, then I want to address this to staff, and I really want this in the minutes. And I really want to see that after you do some research, if it needs to be presented to the council, it is. Now, maybe it won't be, but under state annexation laws, when we annex, you have 3 years to provide them water, unless you put something in the annexation agreement that says you're doing something else. For instance, they did a well, they're okay with that. It's in the annexation agreement. Therefore, the town is not bound by state statutes to provide water. If we didn't do that in the annexation agreement, they're going to come back and sue you for water.
Commissioner Green will actually that'll be included in the information that we provide to council and as well as our attorney.
Yeah,
Now that you
absolutely.
brought it up here, we'll make sure that it's whether it's in the minutes or it's in our memo, it'll be addressed.
Yeah, but if you find it in the annexation agreement, if this was resolved earlier, then I don't care if you put it in the staff
Well,
report.
no, we'll note that it's covered by the annexation agreement. Well, I think this is something that we should close one way or the other. So
Okay.
we'll make sure that it's addressed.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Commissioner Peterson, have you got anything?
Excuse me, I believe the applicant signed on a new account to try and answer the questions provided as well. I'm going to give them access to see if Mr. Heck can provide a response. One moment, sorry. All right, Mr. Heck, you should have the ability to unmute your microphone and use your camera if you'd like to.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, sorry, I always have trouble with Google Meets. It's kind of frustrating. For some reason, the microphone never wants to work on the computer, so I've shifted over to the phone. But first of all, hi everyone. Thanks for holding this tonight. I'm Ross Heck. I'm the architect and listed as the applicant for this project also. I was jumping in to speak to the architectural comments about the building orientation, to which Fred did a wonderful job explaining the reasoning behind all of that. And the main comment that I was joining in on was related to that. When you are driving down Woodcarver Road, the first elevation that you will see is actually that one with the balcony that he pointed out. And there were several other reasons to orient the building as such, but Fred hit the nail on the head with the majority of those. So to understand the water issue, as Fred already mentioned, we already tried very sufficiently to try to get access or water district provided water to no avail, and we were refused. But are you saying that Native Sun could be sued because of something related to this?
No, I'm saying the town could by you.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying, and you can feel free to continue on the subject. I just needed clarification on that on my own end.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Heck.
Yep.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes, thank you. One question I had, it looked like in the site plan, there's a small area for a truck wash. Is that correct?
That is correct. We have just on the south side of if you put the plans showing the shop and the orientation of the shop, on the south side of the shop, we want to have a truck wash. It's more for spraying off a piece of muddy equipment before we have to work on it. You can bring your low boy in with the piece of equipment right on the trailer still, and we won't have an actual built-in car wash. We'll just have like a Hotsy. You just manually pull it out of the building, spray it off, and we will have a grease and dirt catch drain that we can scoop out and periodically. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, I think overall my question was, are we going to need a grease interceptor type of thing
We
for that?
we have that built into the plans.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Appreciate
it's designed so that the water that does flow out goes to the retention basin.
Mhm.
So we put a lot of effort and thought with the architects into the preventing any grease getting into that retention basin.
Okay, great. Yep, that answers my question. Thank you. It's probably more for staff, but is there future improvements planned for Woodcarver? I'm assuming not. That there's no.
No, sir.
Okay, great. I had a similar question on the well as far as how that was like came about, but I think we've got, answers on that. I think those were the only questions I had. I was just summarizing. I had a similar question on the well, but
Well, we'll look into it, but the well's already been constructed, so, for the previous PUD that was approved. So we'll certainly take a look at it and make sure there are no liabilities or other risks that
thank you.
they exist.
The one thing I would comment on the well is if the city was able to provide water, we would be willing to work with them on the well as far as if there was any water rights or anything like that.
Thank you.
Commissioner Parr.
It's all new to me, so I don't really have any comments on so far. So
Fair enough. Commissioner Hours.
read in the package, they're adding a deceleration lane.
We saw this in the middle of this redesign where our big lowboy truck comes in. So you have Woodcarver Road going north and south, and it makes that turn, and it's so sharp that it would, if you're parked right on the east-west portion of Woodcarver Road, you block, the truck has to use the whole road to get going straight again. So we thought we would take 15 feet or 20 feet of our property and convert that into a deceleration lane or a lane for a big truck to pull in. It allows them to be parked while the gate opens and then turn in without obstructing traffic behind them or on the other lane. So can I draw on this? Okay, so you have Woodcarver Road that goes right here, and then right at the very end of Woodcarver Road's where the train passes, and but if you stay on the pavement, it turns east and west. And about 300 feet, 200 feet into the east-west portion is where the entrance to our yard will be. And so we will extend that road another 15, 20 feet, make it 20 feet wider so that the big truck, so it comes off of going north and south, east and west, and can park on the east-west side of Woodcarver without obstructing any of the traffic coming from Navcis or going to Navcis. It was more of a courtesy to our neighbors that we put that in.
Just couldn't figure it all out.
Yeah.
I had a hard time seeing things on there and the fact that road is, but anyway, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all, the only question I.
Thank you. Commissioner Hatch.
I just have a curiosity question. Why is there a basketball court?
So I was kind of chuckling to myself coming over here thinking that these guys are going to ask, why'd you put a basketball court in there? But we enjoy playing basketball as just as a get the end of the day. And if you try to rent out a basketball court in Monument, most of the time it's booked. So we thought, man, we could go out. First we were just going to pour a pad out on in the shop area and just for playing ball. But more we talked about it, we thought, why don't we just do an indoor court and put it part of the office? So that's where that came from. And I'm sure probably the second question is, are we going to rent it out? And the answer is no. It would be very invasive into our office if we tried to rent that out.
One more.
Go ahead.
Question.
Go ahead, Commissioner Peterson.
One I didn't mean to mention that. I think that's great that you guys are doing that. One, as a company, invest, in your team and do something out of the norm like that, invest the money in it. So that's great. The other piece I meant to ask on the roadway extension, is that all within right away and easement, as in that extension of the turn lane is owned and maintained by the district?
I understand this correct, because Native Son owns Wood Carver Road from the UPS when you turn to the UPS building off of Wood Carver Road. It owns all the actual roadway, but we have granted that easement to, but until if we sell somehow in the original planning, if there is any major, we're going to retop the road. That was part of the agreement. There we go. When in 2022, we wouldn't put in curb and gutter and storm drain, all that. We would just simply resurface the road with a layer of asphalt once we were done with construction.
So you
And-
own and maintain the.
Yeah, and so we would, to a degree, would be maintaining that. But as far as the turn lane, we don't mind
Yeah.
upkeeping that until such time that the city decides to do a major upgrade on that roadway.
Yeah, no, that answers my question. Thank you.
Fred, I hate to do this to you, but I have a couple of questions. So the deceleration lane, obviously that's going to be paved. And so what type of improvements will you be doing to Wood Carver that exists now to join the deceleration lane with?
So, okay, good question. We will, along with retopping that road, that whole section where the turn lane is, we're gonna have to put base and a curb and gutter along our property so that it works with the storm drain layout. And I think we have that included in the plans, the architectural plans, a curb and gutter right there.
That was a question I had, is where do you direct the stormwater? Is that included in your stormwater analysis?
Ross, you may want to chime in on this, but I believe it does channel the water from Wood Carver on that storm drain. I mean, on that deceleration lane, it does channel that water into our retention basin. So
Okay.
it's included in the storm drain analysis.
Okay.
I
And one other
expect
question,
that.
I was looking at the letter that y'all put together on January 29th. And and I think you sent it to the planning department, but one of the things that indicated here is at the bottom of the page, it talks about Wood Carver Road will be maintained by Native Son Construction. My question is, how much of Wood Carver Road is going to be maintained by Native Son Construction?
To my understanding, Wood Carver Road starts at the pavement, our property, Pioneer Landscapes,
Mhm.
and then you turn to go UPS. So from right there to where NAVSIS is,
So from Squadron Drive or from
there,
Baptist
I
Road?
think it's Squadron Drive.
Okay.
So from Squadron Drive to the end where NAVSIS entrance is, we will make sure that there's a fresh relayering of asphalt on
Yeah.
that road.
And are you also responsible for snow removal for that portion as
Yes,
well?
right. Yes, right now we are, and we work with NAVSIS currently to make sure that road's
Okay,
plowed.
thanks. I don't have any further questions. Any other questions or comments from commissioners? No. All right, well, then I'll close the hearing and entertain a motion here. Can you put the motion back up on the screen, Ray?
Happy to. And just to let you know, you should also have copies of motions in your write-up as well.
I make a motion to make a recommendation to approve the major PUD amendment for Native Sun construction as supported by the attached findings of fact.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Ray, can you call the roll, please?
Happy to. Chair Egley,
Yes.
Vice Chair Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
I'm voting yes, and I would just like to add that I have been very depressed over a lot of the buildings I've seen come up in light industrial in our town, and I appreciate yours a lot. I think it's the nicest looking building or one of the nicest looking buildings I've seen in that type of zone district. So I appreciate that.
Thank you very much, Kathy. That means a lot.
thank you. Commissioner Hatch,
Yes.
Commissioner Hours, and Commissioner Parr.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes 6 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you. Moving on to the next item on the agenda, we have, we'll open it up for public comments not on the agenda from the public. Anyone in the public who would like to make a comment, please step up to the microphone. Those online, please raise your hand. Seeing no one in the room or online, we'll close that section. Any reports, communications, or announcements from members of the Planning Commission or the Planning Department?
Well, good evening. We've got a lot of work ahead of us on the, as I emailed you earlier this week, that the existing conditions report has been completed and has been posted on the Monument 2040 website. The existing conditions report is, for those who might be listening, it is a document that has been generated over the last 4 months using research and from our consultant team who's working on our comprehensive plan update, as well as about 4 months worth of actual outreach and discussion with residents, business people, and our regional and state partners. I think you'll find the document actually very interesting, and you'll get to talk about it with the town council on the 21st at a joint work study session here in the chamber. It starts at 5 o'clock. I might bring food. I might not. I'll tell you. But it's we're going to actually set everyone back up down on the floor, just like we did for other joint meetings. So it'll be a true conversation with your counselors, and we'll have our full consultant team there to kind of walk you through the report, share with you what some of their common themes that they picked up on and trends, and then also give you an opportunity to kind of reflect on it with them. Because the next stage is probably going to be the most fun. The next stage in the comprehensive planning process will be visioning, and we'll start talking about what do we want the town to be in the next 20 years, and we'll look at different examples and kind of play out to use the data as our support that from the existing conditions report, and then use those examples from around the country or whatever they prepare to show us to kind of pick and choose and set them on their way. The envisioning process is going to probably be another 3 to 6 months. So we won't be making decisions on the 21st for sure, and there will certainly be plenty of open houses and discussions with the same folks and hopefully more from our previous outreach and our engagement phase. So I look forward to seeing you all on the 21st at 5 o'clock. And as I said, there might be food, there might not be. We'll see. If you have any special orders, let me know. And it's just been great. Another thing I'd like to also want to share with you is, and I'll say knock on wood, but we should be fully staffed in our department by the end of this month. We have a new person coming on board And I'm looking forward to introducing you to her when she gets here. We've all met. The entire department's gotten to meet her. We're very excited to have her her and her experience joining our department, and I'm looking forward to getting some R&R after normal business hours. So, that's really all I have. If you have any questions of me, you all know where to find me. If you haven't signed up already, please join us for at the farmers market or other things to help us promote the comprehensive plan update or Monument 2040. It's been well received. People really appreciate that we're out there. We've been out at the concert series as well, and you may or may not have seen us, but we were out at the parade and gave away a lot of bags, tote bags and pens and all sorts of things. And we want to make sure that everybody's involved with this comprehensive plan. It's not going to work if we all don't really buy into it. And then once it's approved, we have to actually implement it. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us as I started. So thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Any other comments from members of the commission? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So motion.
All in favor, say aye. We are now adjourned.